Hey, welcome to Steele Nazz, presented by Hedge Better, episode 187. Today is Wednesday, April 30th. We are sponsored by the law offices of Patrick J. Foley. If you're looking for legal, proper representation for first-time home buyers or just any real estate spiel in town, look no further than Patrick J. Foley, located at 265 World Street, Quincy, Massachusetts. He gets it going. Gets the people going.
Gets it done.
What else is there to talk about? If
Results.
If you need results at 11:59 p.m. on a Friday night, he'll be the first one there.
Results.
First one there. Have a lot on the agenda tonight. The Celtics tame the Magic as scheduled. I mean, we called Celtics in 5. I don't think it was that much of a call. But I will say this. We'll dive into it, but I think we said last week the goal for the Magic was us for the hate them. Kind of hate the Magic a little bit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Kind of hate the Magic a little bit. We'll give a little recap of the first round and who they're most likely going to play. Getting recording on a Wednesday night. The Knicks and Pistons are rolling into Game 6 as Cade Cunningham led them last night. Patriots NFL Draft Recap. All around the talks, there's been, the Patriots have nailed the draft. But, we'll give you our little assumption on it. Bill Belichick, he is in the news again for the wrong reasons. Do we like this? Do we understand? Or is it just straight up blasphemous? We'll let you know. Bruins coaching search. Could it be a South Shore guy they hire? Could it be? And then we got baseball minute. Judge is leading batting average. The league in batting average. The Sox are getting healthy and pitching at the right time. Anything else that's kind of it. I want to, before we keep going, I want to give a big shout out. Unfortunately, member of an extension of my family, family with Magic Mike and Anton, Peter Forbes passed away this past week. Archbishop Williams alum, played UMass Lowell basketball, did so many things in his life, just to, overall family man. Want to give a shout out to his kids as well. His wife, just had to do my due diligence there. Just hell of a guy. I wish we had him on the pod at some point. He went up against, I think it was Patrick Ewing in high school. He played for, Peter played for Archie's and Patrick Ewing played for North Cambridge Catholic or something. Oh. Which is kind of like a crazy tidbit.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, but shout out there. Anton, Magic, wish you were here tonight to kind of, tell some stories, but I just wanted to put that out in the forefront before we get going here. Okay, here. So the Boston Celtics advance in 5 games over the Orlando Magic. Just instant thoughts, Steele. What do you think?
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Hate that guy.
Smell ya.
The absolute loser. Other side of that, Banchero, absolute gamer.
Yeah, no,
that kid's fucking amazing.
He is a player. It's a shame, too, because they play great defense on the Celtics. A lot of closeouts. Didn't really let them get off on a fast break. Franz Wagner, too, as much as I didn't like him. Because I did like Banchero. I think he's just like a future superstar of this league, if not. But they clearly were didn't have the team that the Celtics had. But they did present problems defensively. I mean, besides last night, that third quarter, when Banchero was out with 5 fouls, the Celtics went on. I think they outscored them 36-13 in third quarter. That was a difference in the game. But other than that, they didn't really allow the Celtics to score over 105 in any game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, like you're saying, I think it was 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Banchero picked up 3 fouls.
Yeah.
And then they sat him, and before the coach could even be get back in there, we were up by 23.
Yeah, it was over.
It just
that. You can't blame the coach either, because if you put him back in the game with 5 minutes to go, I get, the Celtics are on this run, and he gets a 6th foul with 5 minutes to go in third quarter, you're screwed either way.
Yeah, no, you punted the game regardless. So
it was fucking... That's a tough predicament to be in. On the Celtics front, I mean, you have to applaud what they do. And, I get it's the first round. I get, you're facing the 41-41 Orlando Magic at the 7th seed. But I think, in terms of their height and toughness, that really presented them a lot of problems. And Jason Tatum, after kind of having a, sluggish first game, missing 4 free throws, didn't shoot his best, field goal percentage, was a dog these last 4 games, including last night. Only 16 shot attempts, 10 field goals, 3, 4, 5 from the 3. I think he finished after that game one in the series, like 35 for 35 from the free throw line. Just a clear leader of the team when they needed the most. Jaylen Brown still battling injuries and stuff. Kristaps definitely not even close to his best performance as a Celtic. I think they're going to really need him going forward.
Yep, but that's fine. That's fine, exactly.
And it even shout out to the bench. Peyton Pritchard didn't really have a good game 2 through 4. Came back, hit some shots last night. Sam Hauser was a perfect 4 for 4, played extremely well. Luke Cornett's another guy where I don't know if he's like drinking on the bench or something. He
struggled a bit last night. He struggled a bit last night.
It's going to be interesting to see, like, just matchup on matchup, whether it's the Knicks or the Pistons, because the Knicks neither the Knicks or the Pistons. I don't care what you say, they might be a better team than Magic, but they don't play as good defense as the Orlando Magic. Like no doubt. It's gonna be like, is Kata gonna get minutes if they play just say they play the Knicks. So you have Karl Anthony Towns, you have the Robinson guy. They have some bigs, outside of Kristaps and Al, who are really gonna help you on the front there.
Yeah, can give minutes, do the thing.
And it's definitely going to be Cornette. They're definitely going to throw him in there. But if he continues to struggle, I say that he went 3 for 3 last night shooting. Those were probably like layups and dunks. But
no, exactly. No, where it was like they do a pick and roll a lot with him. And it was struggling last night. And it's usually lights out. It usually like they double team Tatum, he falls in and he gets like the dunk. But he just, like, the passes just weren't connecting. And that's also credit to the Magic, as we were saying, their defense.
The word I would use is just clumsy. He comes out there kind of looking a little sluggish. But, like I could picture him on, like, the Wizards or something being, like, a good player on, like, a really bad team.
Yeah.
You just happen to be the 9th or 10th on, like, the best team in the league right now.
No, and then when they didn't have a 3 in the first half, like, if you watch this team, you should have known they were going to be raining them in the second half. Like that bombardment that happened in the third quarter, you could see from a mile away.
So I think they were, get my math right, I think they were 0 for 8 in the first half. In the second half, they went, so that math is 13 for 16 from 3.
Yeah.
That is fucking insane.
No, and what's crazy is like they obviously had 0%, so percentage-wise it was worse. But like the Magic was shooting worse than them from 3.
Yeah. No, that's
like they obviously hit 1, so their percentage was higher, but they were like 4 for like 26 at one point. Like they missed like 18 in a row.
That's exactly what the scouting report were going into the series. They said they're going to play good defense, but outside of Banchero, outside of Franz Wagner, you're not going to see anyone score any points. And that's pretty much exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Even Contavious Caldwell-Pope, who was kind of like the guy we were looking at the entire time, like, fuck that guy. I thought he actually played relatively well out of all 5 games that he did last night. Still only shot 3 for 9 as I look at this score sheet here. So,
and I think those 3 were in the first quarter.
Yeah, so maybe it looked a lot better because he literally didn't hit a shot the first 4 games.
Yeah, no, we looked awful. Like he drained like back-to-back threes in like the opening couple minutes. And like normally that would be kind of like it's not a night type of thing, but I was still like, we're going to fucking kill these guys.
Do you know his contract?
It's
3 years, $66 million. Guy's getting paid $22 million a year.
Fuck that.
That's fucking insane. Absolutely. Like,
I hate the Magic.
I don't know how you let him out of a contract. It's not like football where you can just cut him at any point and it's only guaranteed money. But I would try to get rid of him for anything at this point.
Anything. Yeah, fuck that.
Again, another, like if they had the other Wagner and Jalen Suggs, probably I might give Orlando another game, but this was a dominant closeout in the second half, like championship teams do. And again, I get we're talking about the Orlando Magic here, who we beat, but you got to put some respect on the Celtics name. And Jason Tatum coming out guns blazing to start the postseason.
And he was like in his post game, he was like, I expect to see Banchero like many times in the future, and there's a good chance that happens throughout the years to come.
Yeah, they're one guy. They're another player away
they gotta get
from
older
being good.
And a player, and like they'll like that's gonna be a pretty good team for a few years, I think.
Like I don't think Kevin Durant's going to Orlando anytime soon, but like if you ever threw him in there, that's a team. Even though he goes to every team and then ends up losing besides the Warriors, so maybe a bad example there. But all around the NBA, it's been as much as I want to like complain about how bad the NBA sucks, been a pretty good first round playoff so far. That Golden State Houston series has been unreal. They're actually playing tonight, recording on the Wednesday night. Houston's facing an elimination game. I think at least 3 of these 4 games could have gone either way. The Rockets are up by 25 points in the second quarter right now. We'll see how that plays out.
That's too early to be up that high against Steph Curry. They got to keep foot on the gas.
Yeah, Steph Curry has 2 shot attempts, 0 points. Jimmy Butler has 4 shot attempts, 0 points.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of when instead of if.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That will be much closer by the final, in my opinion.
Going down the list, the Pacers took care of it. That was actually pretty impressive. They took care of business last night in overtime. Tyrese Halliburton with a game winner. Dennis Dag all up in Giannis's face. And that definitely wasn't warranted. I think that was kind of bullshit. If Giannis kind of clocked him, I'd say that was fair game. Yeah.
100% Giannis's last game is a buck.
Oh yeah, a million.
Yeah.
They said, they're gonna have a meeting with him and sit down. What are you gonna tell him? Oh, we're gonna run it back with you and Dame next year.
Yeah, don't you just want to stay in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Everyone's saying the Lakers. I feel like Lakers no, but definitely like not Milwaukee.
Yeah, and he's a guy where it's kind of like wherever he wants to go because he'll fit fucking with anything. You know what I mean? You can just throw him on a squad.
And if you're a superstar at this point, especially his stature being a top 3 player in the game, why wouldn't you want to stay in the Eastern Conference where it's way more, besides the Celtics and the Cavs playing well, it's way less competition outside of the Western Conference. On the other note, the Cavs looked impressive against a shitty Miami team, swept them 4. It's going to be the Cavs and the Pacers. Pacers definitely going to give them a run for their money, having that experience from last year. I could definitely see that going 6-7 games, but I get it. It's Miami too. I get that happened, but the Cavs like dominated every fucking game. And playing defense, closeouts. Donovan Mitchell was their guy. They have a lot going for them.
I've never seen a team with a sadder performance, I think, than the Heat in that game 4.
Yeah, they
I would
lost by
fire
50.
if I owned that team. Every person in that building would be fired.
That's fair.
Every fucking one of them.
And then
concessions.
Yeah.
Do your job. I want
a clean slate.
Yeah, everyone gone.
Clean slate.
That was fucking disgusting.
I can't imagine.
Like they lost by like 60. They deserved 200. That should count as losses next year. That was pathetic.
Western Conference wise, I knew that the Denver and the LA Clippers was going to be like a 6-7 games. It's going into game 6. Denver just won last night. That should be, go down to the finish. Pretty sure last episode I picked Clippers in 7. I don't know why I thought, betting against Jokic, but I mean, there's still more to tell. We'll see. Thunder took care of business in 4 against Shooter Morant. Ooh, get him. And then what's the other one? Oh, the Lakers are down 3-1 to Anthony Edwards tonight. That's actually a little bit surprising.
Wouldn't you just hate to see the Lakers lose first round? Wouldn't that just suck?
Minnesota in 5. They ended tonight.
Wouldn't that just suck?
I know. Love Anthony Edwards too. He can put a team on his back.
If they win tonight after the way like Luka looked at him when they won by like 60 last year, I hope he's right in his face.
Yeah. There's not a lot of guys in the NBA anymore that can literally just put a team on his back. Like Anthony Edwards is one. I think Jason Tatum is one. Jokic is one. Steph Curry certainly can still do it. Other than that, I mean, starting to run out of names. Donovan Mitchell, throw him on there. But a lot of teams, it's a team base to get, advance in the tournament nowadays. Don't get me wrong, the Celtics are, a dynamite team, but there's guys in this 100%. League that are just different than everyone else. And, that's a handful of people I just named right there. Even Giannis, great player, but I think he had one of the games he had 45 and 25 and they still lost.
And in that Clippers series, Kawhi still got it.
Oh yeah, big time.
You don't see him too often, but still got it.
And then the other side, NHL playoffs. I haven't followed as much as I should. I'm hearing the Maple Leafs might collapse.
Wouldn't you just hate to see it? Just like the Lakers. Oh my God, being up 3-0 and losing the Battle of Ontario. I've never needed to see Maple Leaf Square exit as badly as I needed.
Yeah, so they just got the second game back, so it's 3-2. Olmark's playing well for the Senators.
Stonewall in game 6. Make every fan in that square cry game 7.
Oh, yeah.
Please, Ottawa.
And we have Washington up 2-0 on Montreal tonight. Do you think You think it's loser mentality for Bruins fans to just be completely happy with Montreal being eliminated in the first round?
No. Fuck Montreal forever.
Yeah, it is kind of a loser mentality with your team not in the playoffs, losing for someone else, but I'll take that any day.
Yeah, you want the Canadians to beat Ovi?
No way. Not this year. This is his year.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is his damn year.
It just happens to be the Canadians. I hope all the teams that play the Capitals lose miserably. Yeah. I hope Ovi fucking wins it all.
And then the only series I really, sat down and watched is the Battle of Florida. Florida up 3 games to 1. I think Marchand has like 3 or 4 points, doesn't have a goal yet. But that's a good fight as well. I think Florida's another team that can easily, do what they did last year. Just a lot, you get Ovi maybe next round or the Maple Leafs. A lot of competition, I think, in both conferences. Winnipeg, I think all Western Conference was 2-2. Winnipeg gets St. Louis tonight. Golden Knights beat the Wild last night, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that right? So 3-2 there.
Oh yeah. Well, the Western teams are definitely a lot closer to each other than the Eastern teams.
Yeah, Edmonton went up to 3-2 on the Kings last night, and Carolina is the first team to send themselves to the next round with an OT win over the Devils to end in 5. So a lot going on there in the NHL. Be interested to see who, because I think the NHL is so different than any other sport. Like, who knows who's going to be in the Cup? Like that's a coin flip.
Oh, absolutely, especially in the West.
Like, who was
you could probably wheedle the East down to probably like 1 or 2 teams. Like every team that is in it still in the West, like it could be them in the West.
Yeah, like
literally everyone.
St. Louis and Monty snuck themselves into the playoffs as the last wild card, playing Winnipeg, who won the President's Trophy. I get they're just known for choking in the first round. Winnipeg Jets are, but that's a 2-2 series right now.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to compare that to basketball, 1 versus 8 seed, like that doesn't happen.
Never.
That never happens.
You're trying to sniff 1 as the 8 seed in basketball. Like, never mind.
That's a good series.
Yeah, exactly. No, you like achieved what you want.
Like, for sure. We'll hop in the Bruins coaching search. So I had an idea last week, even just with no information, just speculating that the Penguins have had a tough couple years. Open head coaching job for a Marshfield native named Mike Sullivan opens up. The other day, the Penguins and Mike Sullivan parted ways, and now it's looking like he's either going to be the head coach of the Boston Bruins or the New York Rangers. I don't think there's anywhere else to look forward to. I think it's a perfect fit. I think the Jacobs, I think Neely and Sweeney should do whatever it takes to get him as the head coach, because I think that would really set a lot of things. Plus the little snippet of he is Charlie McAvoy's father-in-law.
Love that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, that's all I had on that.
I hope it works just because I hope they get that out of the way quick, because there's a lot to be done.
Yeah.
Get that done as fast as
First
you fucking
steps.
can. Yeah. Like, you need a coach, obviously, and get the coach, and then just retool fucking 75% of it. Like, just square one.
Folks, I'm not going to bore you with NHL draft lottery tonight or who I think they're taking. I have no idea who's in the top 10 there. I don't think there's a number 1 stud where we're like, oh, it could be the next, call it Ovi, Sidney Crosby.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, we'll see.
We don't know, but I'm sure the kid that's like number 1 in the NHL draft is like always an absolute
usually
fucking...
attack. Like 16 though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Connor Bedard.
Yeah.
So that's a quick Bruins snippet on that. We will hop into the NFL Draft Recap. Everyone is saying that the New England Patriots balled out in the 2025 NFL Draft with their picks over the weekend. But for me, I think, the draft is kind of a crock of shit. And like, to say someone had a great draft, like, you don't know shit till at least a year from now.
No, of course.
Like, I think like it's such a bad take to say, like, did they go out and get the guys that I think they should have? Yeah. So you had the number 4 pick. You picked the best offensive tackle available. Will Campbell seems like a great guy. He's saying all the right things. Hopefully he, is not small enough to where he has to move over to guard. That's like the bottom line with him. 2nd round pick. Completely surprising, but a Mike Vrabel pick. Travion Henderson, who was elite at Ohio State this year.
Absolute stud. For years.
They're looking for explosive guys. Him could be definitely the third down back. We'll see what they do with Stevenson and who's the other guy? Backup running back. Gibson. We'll see. You'll see what they do with the trio. That speaking of explosive guys, everyone's been. I think out of all the guys the Patriots picked, Kyle Williams out of Washington State has been the number one guy. Just seeing his highlights, the first 6 plays this year is just him running away from people. Runs a 4.3 40. But in the third round, picked 69. I want to see it before I jump to this conclusion of we got an absolute steal in the third round.
I will not believe in a receiver drafted by the Patriots until I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
I will not. I'm not saying I think it's a bad pick or anything. We have just drafted so many receivers that just nothing.
The most I can say is it's in the right direction. You picked what you needed in the first round. The next 2 picks, you picked 2 explosive guys on offense that you need. You didn't have an explosive guy on the team all last, call it 3-4 seasons.
No, and now with Diggs, they have to all step up because now you do not have the number 1 on you.
Yeah,
you have you're a young, newer receiver. Now you're on the side with the young, newer cornerback, most likely.
Yeah,
and you gotta beat him every once in a while.
So Williams is gonna hop in there with Booty, Jalen Polk, Kendrick Bourne, all these guys competing for jobs. Kyle Williams should make the team as a third rounder, but all these guys are on the chopping block outside of probably Douglas of, hey, should we move on from this guy? Probably Polk's safe too, just because he's a second round
But
pick.
you got to be fighting for catches.
Yeah.
You got to fight when it's thrown to you. You got to catch it.
Exactly, or you're gonna take a back seat to a lot of these mid-tier receivers. We know we have a number 1 guy when healthy now with Stephon Diggs, but who's going to step up after that? Who's going to stay on the team come opening day, and who's not? Another couple picks. I think the round 4-2, Josh Farmer. They were talking about maybe getting the guy from Michigan in the first round. I get it. He's a 4th round pick, but it seems like he's the type of guy who could come in and get snaps as the defensive tackle, working around with Barmore, Williams, all those guys.
I fucking hated that guy, which is great news because he's from Florida State. So.
And then I want to give you the floor. We drafted a kicker, by the way, round 6, Andres Borregales. Is that right?
Yeah, Borregales.
What was your take on him this year as a University of Miami guy?
Missed 1 kick, 45-yarders week 1. Did not miss a kick the rest of the season.
That's pretty good. We'll see how it goes. Those
now, granted, and I think it was the Pat McAfee show that brought this up too. Miami. Not New England.
Yeah.
For kicking, obviously.
Well, no, you think of the guy from Florida State handful of years back. And same thing. I mean,
Arroyo,
that happened to him. Aguayo, whatever his name was. He ended up being really bad. So
yeah, but he went to Florida State.
I just wonder, taking Julian Ashby with the 7th round there, could they have used these picks on more qualified guys to be drafted at different positions, and they could have just got them in free agency?
I mean, if you need a specialist, that's probably where to take them because there's no guarantee. If they went position player, there's no guarantee that guy would sniff a snap. You know what I mean?
That's true. And then this Julian Ashby
at least
guy,
that guy's gonna kick. Yeah. That guy's gonna long snap. At least you got something there.
You cut Cardona, the last guy on the Patriots roster who played with Tom Brady. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
10 years of long snap. That's easy money.
Oh.
If you can long snap, dude. You can drink beers fucking.
No, that's got to be one of the greatest jobs of all time.
I mean, must be straight edge something,
Yeah, how many
in the military?
What is he, 3 rings? Long snapper?
I think at least 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be at least
10,
2. Yeah.
10 years, dude. He was definitely on the 28-3 and the Rams. I don't know if he was on the Malcolm Butler team, but
still incredible stuff.
I mean, I want to say it was a good draft, but we're not going to know. I think the draft is so fucked, including fucked the guy who pranked phone call Shedeur Sanders. That was I think that was kind of fucked up.
That's extremely fucked up.
Yeah. I don't think it was I personally don't think it was funny at all.
No, it's not funny.
No.
But, Deion Sanders, king of Florida State, not really my guy.
Yeah. And the guy's
but no, that's very uncool.
Guy's son it was that
He's a fucking
Ulrich guy was the defensive coordinator, hard ass for the Jets, and now he is on.
Falcons.
He's with the Falcons. So he got fined $100,000, and the Falcons got fined $250,000.
Yeah, well, the Falcons had to release a tweet immediately. They were we had nothing to fight. They were like, we don't condone this.
So that was
this
a
guy's an idiot.
$350,000 phone call.
Yeah,
But I mean,
No, tough. No, it's very uncool. Very.
I don't know who's checking their minutes
but you should
nowadays,
do
but I don't think anyone's getting like paying that much for fucking a phone call.
No, absolutely not. No, and I mean, you don't think the Sanders family like can find out who you are? Like, how did you think you were gonna get away with that?
And like new inmates like get a free phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like that. It just sounded like a bad idea, and it did. I think it happened to a couple people. That was just the more notable because he was sitting around till the 5th round, which was also kind of bullshit in my opinion. People were trying to make it about like race and stuff. I'm not gonna even touch that.
What was bullshit was him like. Months ago, it was like a 2-man race between him and Cam Ward.
Yeah.
And if you watch college football, that race was so fucking far apart.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Shedeur Sanders should have followed all the way to the 5th round. I don't believe that. He is nowhere fucking close to as good as Cam Ward is.
No.
Not even comparable. Like, absolutely not even close.
I think he should have been a 3rd round pick.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Maybe late 2nd.
I hate how he's taken by the Browns. So now it's him, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and one other guy. Like they're just gonna battle out for jobs.
All of sports.
And Deshaun Watson.
Easily dumbest franchise. Easily. You name a sport, the Cleveland Browns are the dumbest in all of them.
No, I will say Dylan Gabriel got picked 60 picks before Shedeur Sanders. Like that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's awful. That's awful.
That guy's the same. I mean.
See, this is what I'm saying. Long snappers and kickers.
Yeah. Back to Tim Tebow. Bring him up probably once a month. Tim Tebow was better than Dylan Gabriel. I will just say that. And that's how bad it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but he went 1st round.
Yeah.
That's just an egregious pick.
Yeah.
I know you love that guy. Everyone in that room should have been fired.
It was Josh McDaniels and he was fired.
Precisely.
So that's fair.
Good coordinator, bad coach.
Yep. Do we dare touch this Bill Belichick stuff? So do you want to hear about it? Do you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, put it in detail. Explain.
So he got on this CBS morning news thing, which is a big feel good news, like in the morning, for his book to write about his career. And they started asking questions about the relationship and got away from it, which like you usually do. Like what you talk about the book is usually the entree and then everything else. Like there's any celebrity who does it. And this is a feel good show, by the way. And Jordan, his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, I guess is his PR person too, along with his girlfriend. And she's just on the side saying, we're not talking about that. The guy asked where they met. They met on a plane allegedly. And she even like shot that down too. I mean, I give her credit. Just, chase whatever money you can get. She's 24 years old out of college. She's on her second 70-year-old at this point, 67-year-old. Dated another like senior citizen before that. Gets in the PR gig with the greatest coach of all time. This is all on Bill Belichick.
Bill was like, I need a PR guy. And she was like, yeah, let it be. Because, like, Bill's not fucking tweeting. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's just, it's insane how far it's gone to where even his brother's wife commented on one of these videos saying no one in this family likes her.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, that's out there now. Yeah. That's a fact. And then he sends like this email to like all his people saying like how dare they like give me this interview where they were going to ask me other questions, and then Jordan posted it on her own Instagram. It's just it's crazy to me how the greatest coach of all time just goes to the lowest of the low. And don't get me wrong, like I think there's wrongdoings on both sides, but if you're a 72-year-old trying to getting a 24-year-old, like respect, but at the end of the day, this is just ugly.
He's got to go SEC. The ECC, that's not way you do this stuff.
Even North Carolina came out with a statement. Like the insiders are saying it's not going well so far to start. And I guess she's like a lunatic in the whole thing. So,
like go to Arkansas and fucking like you and fucking John Calipari just tag teaming headlines down there.
I just think this whole fiasco is just like, the end of a possibility of a return to the NFL for him to pass Don Shula's record. I think this is like an official, like that it's not happening anymore.
No, yeah, that's toast.
Yeah, I think that's all gone. I don't think it has a chance to,
Although very shitty, stupid football teams exist. Like the Browns went for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Like there's fucking really dumb teams out there.
Who are just in for a money grab too.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, great stuff from Bill Belichick. Shout out.
Yeah. All about the U. Can't wait to kick his ass.
I know. He's not playing BC, I don't think, right?
I don't believe.
Not that I care.
I don't know about their schedule.
No. Baseball minute. Sox are getting healthy. I did look at 2 weeks ago when I wrote up. It said Sox are slumping, Yankees suck. So we've done a lot. Both teams have done a lot better since then. Alex Bregman, I'll say priority number one of the offseason, getting him. Getting the job done. I think he's .450 in his last 7 games, has 7 home runs in April. Clearly worth all the money that they paid him, $40 million a year. This offensive is getting it together against the Blue Jays. They took 2 or 3 over the weekend. They just seem to be getting going in a sense where they weren't really doing this 2 weeks ago. Still a long season, very short sample size, but they have Lucas Giolito coming out today. I think he's thrown 5 shutout innings so far, 7 Ks. So his first game in a Red Sox uniform after being on the team for a year and change. Brian Bayo came back last week. If you get down to brass tacks of it, don't get me wrong, Taylor Hawk's kind of on my shit list right now of, the way he's pitching. But if you have Crochet, if you have Walker Buehler, you have Tanner thrown in, and then your back end of rotation is going to be Giolito and Brian Bayo, that's looking like a pretty good damn starting 5.
Decent.
And then the offense, I don't think there's anything besides Casas. He can just they trade him for a box of balls. I really don't care. And then their catching position with Navarez, it's never going to get any better until they make a move for a catcher. I think that would be something they look down the road, maybe at the deadline. But you're talking about Duran. He's really stepped up to his game. Devers, as long as he's hitting the ball, I think he has a homer and a double tonight. I said Bregman's playing well. Stories are hit or miss. Still can't hit a fastball. I don't think he has 1 home run over a 95-mile-an-hour pitch this year. Cedar Rafaela doesn't have a hit on a fastball this year, which is crazy.
That's insane.
That's not insane. I heard that today. That's nuts. And then Christian Campbell I think he's at least top 10 in batting average, so far in the month of April. So I don't think there's anything wrong with their starting 9. That's the thing with baseball. Pitching, if you don't have it, it's not going to come anytime soon. Hitting, if you're not hitting and you have the right guys, it's eventually going to come. And don't get me wrong, they're sitting at 17 and 14 right now, so call it 30. They still have over 130 games in. There's a lot to go.
Plenty of time.
They're currently sitting a game and a half behind the Yankees. Even the Orioles are in the cellar right now at 11-18. That's surprising. They'll probably get it going, but again, that's a team that didn't really do anything with their starting pitching this offseason, and it's turned out for the worse for them.
All they did was lose Corbin Burns, I think.
Yeah, and they didn't pick anyone up. Blue Jays, they're playing tonight. Again, a dynamite lineup. They just signed Vladimir Guerrero for all the money in the world.
Yeah,
but another team that doesn't have a lot of pitching, and then the Rays are going to be the Rays. They're going to use their, the low spending, their guys to get, prospects.
What scares me is that they've reached the point where I don't know any of them anymore. And that's when they're scary.
That's scary. That's very scary.
When you don't know a single fucking person on the Rays, that's when you got to worry about the Rays.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Then Randy Arozarena shows up and you know what I mean? Out of nowhere. Isaac Paredes.
But now he's gone and got paid.
No, exactly.
That's how it takes. How are the Yankees doing? I haven't really watched the Yankee game.
Aaron Judge is going to be MVP once again.
Okay.
Still hitting over 400. Trent Grisham is an absolute monster who just comes in and hits home runs.
Trent Grisham, I think I have MLB The Show 23. He's the 9 hitter for the San Diego Padres.
And he's batting .294 with 8 home runs.
Wow.
He's killing it. Paul Goldschmidt's hitting 363, has the second most hits in the MLB.
So Judge at this point,
on fire.
Batting month of April, batting .412. That's first in the league. 9 homers, tied for third, 29 ribbies, second. OPS is first. I don't need to review that number, but he's playing pretty damn well.
Yeah, and that OPS one's probably just like miles above fucking the next.
I would love to know that. Either way.
I would assume, yes. But they're looking good. Rodona's look good pitching. Kind of the middle of the pack pitching because the bullpen has still been lights out. Devin Williams hasn't been everything he's supposed to be, but they're moving him into the 8th role and giving Luke Weaver back the 9th. And I mean, Weaver was absolutely phenomenal down the stretch last year. So
when will Paul Skeens get traded to the Yankees?
3 years.
3 years? Okay,
3 years.
That's fair. Yeah, give him a couple on the.
It'll be like Garrett Cole's swan song, and then like bang, Skeens is on the team.
Yeah. No, I just like he just looks like a Yankee.
He already rocks the mustache.
Yeah,
it's literally already there.
He looks like a Yankee.
It's literally there.
Like maybe like Dodger, just because like anyone can be a Dodger, but like I'm even as a Red Sox fan, I just know it's inevitable that guy will be on the New York Yankees someday. It's not even a tough call. Like we called Celtics in 5. That's not a tough call.
No.
I think it's the same ballpark.
No, and you can already start talking about that because there ain't no one on earth that's going to be a lifelong Pirate.
No. If you are depressing.
Yeah, like even Andrew McCutchen had to leave, and he probably had like the best Pirates career fucking.
No, he's going to be like their number one guy.
Yeah.
He's going to be like my Ted Williams or.
Yeah, like literally, like Ramato Clemente, Roberto Clemente, than him. Yeah. Like that is fucking the Pittsburgh Pirates. Barry Bonds a little like.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any UFC coming up. Not real. You got Corey Sandhagen and Devison Figueiredo.
Yeah,
those are 2 like lifers, and then you have Bo Nickel fighting.
That fight's really wild because there's like a 2-inch reach difference, but there's like a 7-inch difference in height.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be like weird watching that.
So Corey's obviously way taller.
Yeah.
So Devinson has a longer reach?
No, 2 inches shorter.
Other way, okay.
2 inches shorter, but
that's how
when you're 7 inches shorter, you would think the reach is nowhere close.
That's how I felt about the eye test when I saw it of Patty the Batty versus Michael Chandler. Like Patty the Batty was just way taller, had way longer. Like that, that makes a huge difference, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why when you Adesanya fights back in the day, it had this big, stocky guy, and then you just had, like, skinny, lanky Adesanya just, like, leaning back, flinging all this shit from fucking nowhere and eventually catching it.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Jordan Travis retiring?
Legit 0.
Florida State guy went to the Jets. Probably just, like, the worst combination you could ever have.
And that's what killed him.
Steele's eyes. Yeah.
No, that's what killed, because they were because the Aaron Rodgers thing happened, so the Jets like rushed his recovery from like a horrifically bad, like much as I hate both, like his injury was legit like horrific. Like he had a bad ACL tear, and so I mean honestly, like prayers up to that guy. Like that sucks that you have to retire that young. You just can't play anymore.
No, tough go. And then just on football, real quick, is Will Howard gonna lead the Pittsburgh Steelers to the playoffs this year? Like, probably.
They also took Captain Jack Sawyer from Ohio State, too.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, like, they kind of just, like, ripped Ohio State.
I was going to say, the more it goes, the less I think Aaron Rodgers is going to the Steelers. And I kind of just want this, like, little dance he's playing to be done. Like, no one's getting a thrill out of this at all.
Well, you know what fucking is the key to success I saw?
What?
Philadelphia Eagles. 15 starters from either Bama or Georgia.
Yeah, I mean,
it's that easy. It's that fucking easy. Why don't just draft everyone from Bama or Georgia and become the Super Bowl champ? It's literally that easy.
Any third-tier football fan would be able to classify that.
Yeah.
That's madness.
There was another fucking stat I saw back on baseball. It was the Rockies. They're like 4-26 or something.
4-26.
And the stat was like the National League
holy shit
started like 150 years ago, and this is the worst start in its history.
Oh my god. Who's even on? Is Chris Bryant on this team still?
I don't know. He's not playing well though.
Hunter Goodman. You know your team sucks when your catcher is leading all your fucking leaders.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
That's
even
not good.
Batting average.
Hey, if you're trying to go to Oracle Park Thursday night for the Rockies at Giants, $6 to get in. $6. Why not?
Overpriced.
We'll probably end on that. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, the law offices of Patrick J. Foley. If you're looking for legal, proper representation for first-time home buyers trying to close down on a house, look no further than Patrick J. Foley, located at 265 Willard Street, Quincy, Massachusetts. Want to give a big shout out to Hedge Better, Justin, doing everything you do. We are sharing a studio with Bean Shooter. So we have a couple things here. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Shout out, I guess. Anything else?
THC.
I guess we'll end it on that. Celtics prediction. Call it the Knicks if they play the Knicks. I think it's like another 5-6 game series.
5, but fuck the Knicks. 5 against the Pistons.
5. You're saying 5 ball? Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You think they'll play
the Pistons?
Yeah, they could puke on themselves. I think like 5 games. I think both those teams are. It would be like a 6-7 game series if they play the Magic, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think, because like Banchero might be the best out of the like.
Oh, definitely. Like I like Jalen Brunson's game, but
Jalen Brunson and Cade Cunningham both studs.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I'm not saying that, but like Banchero's probably better than both of them.
Agreed. Oh, big time. All right, I guess we'll end there. Episode 187 in the books. We'll see you next time.